This is Irina Jaitel podcast assignment, and the person I chose to interview is Mr. Marc Pinsky, the course director for interactive audio at Full Sail University. The first question: what do you see as the role of the visual arts in a mass-mediated visual world? His response was, once upon a time, it was the dominant method of storytelling. As technology has increased and developed further, it is simply one of the many methods of storytelling. That doesn't mean that it isn't any less important, and after all, we rely on visuals as our primary method of receiving information. Second question: with new communications and media technologies, imagery is almost instantly available cross-culturally. Do you believe that this is having a positive or negative influence on the industry? His response was, I'm split on this one. On one hand, having instantaneous access to virtually everything image/work of art ever created is incredible, inspiring, and powerful. At the same time, it has led to a blatant disregard for the copyrights of the creators. However, I believe that the benefits of easy access and inspiration far outweigh the alternative. When it came down to the popular images and what he sees are frequently rechanneled throughout the entertainment industry, Marc Pinsky stated that he is seeing quite a large number of the classics, not necessarily referring to the time period, being reinterpreted with a modern twist. He also stated that in my circles, I consistently see the works of Ansel Adams, Salvador Dali, Pablo Picasso, Jackson Pollock, and Mark Rothko, either being used without retouching or being used as a definitive reference point. Don't get me started with the recycling of story ideas, cover songs, and etc. That is another issue entirely. There are also iconic images that have been used in politics. The blue and red image of Obama comes to mind. I've seen about a gazillion variations of that one. When I asked them, are there particular images that this industry has popularized and or created, he said absolutely. While it is older, it certainly is a perfect example. The iconic image we all have of Thanksgiving dinner is truly the vision of Norman Rockwell. His visions of Americana have influenced the entire concept of the holiday season, directly leading to his commercialization. Also, Mr. Pinsky believes that similarly, the early work of Annie Leibovitz helped give Rolling Stone its branding, which has remained largely intact today. When it came down to Marc Pinsky's favorite artist and what is his favorite style of art, he responded, I'm very deeply drawn to Cubism, minimalism, and abstract art in general. In particular, I love the works of Mark Rothko and the abstract work of Kandinsky and Mondrian. On the other hand, the design and album artwork of Hypnosis Storm Thorgerson speaks to me in ways that I have no words to describe. The final question was, how has his knowledge of art or art history influenced his creative process? His beliefs are that as a musician, he is constantly looking for sources of inspiration. That inspiration can come from a sound or a visual. He continuously looks to abstract works of art as a launching point for his music. The artists he has listened above have works that are just begging to be turned into music. Without knowledge of and studying art history, he can honestly say that his pieces, both musical and visual, might have never existed. At the same time, by studying the techniques and methodologies of these artists, he has been able to synthesize and fuse their approaches into one consolidated approach that is uniquely himself.